I might end up cropping this slightly, but we'll see. Let me get my reference pictures. Downloads. Asukai, hi. How are you? Your name looks so familiar. I don't know if I'm like imagining things, but your name looks so familiar. I'm fine. How you doing? I'm doing great. I'm pretty happy. You know, I released a TikTok video that was a little hard for me to release, but I did it, and I'm happy. I'm happy about it. I've been hiding this. Hold on, let me mute that. I was in one of your streams. So... Ah, yes, yes. I was like, I remember. Wait, you don't love me like. Yeah, I remember. We need to play more. I knew your name was familiar. I was like, I know that name. That was so much fun. Yeah, we need to play again. True. But we can play again sometime. Yeah, 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 for sure. Well, if you guys ever want to invite me, just let me, like, just DM me. Uh, I don't really pay attention in Discords too often, which is like a fault of mine. Like I totally own up to that I don't do that as much as I should. But yeah, if you guys ever want to invite me, just let me know. I'm totally down. As long as it's not like too late. I think Celsius tried to invite me to a game once, and I felt so bad saying no because I wasn't feeling well. They invited me to a repo game, and I don't even have repo, but I felt bad for saying no. But I just wasn't feeling well. Peak is a great time. It is. The new map is such a bitch, bro. I played the new map multiple times and I cannot figure out how to beat it. I want to play Repo. I don't have Repo. I want to play Repo, but I don't have it. Yeah, yeah. Just DM me when you guys want to play, and I'm totally down. Yeah, I don't have Repo, sadly. Okay, let me erase the cake. But yeah, I love Peak. So I just found out there a TikTok. There's like something called the Scoutmaster, and like, how fucking terrifying is that? Like, what? I'm so happy I haven't seen him. Like, he looks so scary. Didn't see him yet. Yeah, I haven't seen him yet. What are you starting today? This is a commission for Medi. We have done a few commissions for them before in the past. Um, we have like drawn them before in the past. Oh wait, I like your art style. Thanks. I'm starting to like my art style. Like, okay, so I used to have like back in the day. Y'all haven't seen it because I haven't posted it because I was trying to get like away from it. But I used to have like a really like realistic, kind of like a real like hyper realistic anime art style, and it wasn't bad. Like I'm just gonna say it up front, it wasn't bad. Like I would say it was actually quite good. Um, but uh, there was a few reasons why I didn't like it. One, um, the bad thing about doing realism art is that it's hard to differentiate between other realistic artists. Like, and the better you get at it, the harder it is to tell you apart from other realism artists. So that's like one of like the biggest drawbacks I would say for for realism. Um, so I did want to get away from that. Um, and then I wanted to kind of do a more painterly art style, which is like I'm trying not to rely so much on like having like a million layers. Like I'm just kind of like coloring things as I see fit and as I go versus like, you know, following a stricter. Speaking of which, I can't draw this. Versus drawing like a strict what's it called? Kind of a strict regimen routine. I don't know what you would call it. I don't want to. You know what? I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit more. So yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I kind of stayed away from like realism, even though like I feel like I'm actually like low key, high key good at it. It's just and like you might not be able to tell from my current art style that I'm good at it because I'm trying so hard to stay away from it and build my own art style, which is just like its own its own journey. I'm, I'm trying to get myself in. Do you have a background in traditional art, or you just want to? Are you going straight into digital? Ourselves as good things, things. I feel like I haven't drawn in so long. I don't know how to draw anymore. Frost Lord, hi. Long time no see. How you doing? Are you? I'm doing great. If you know. I'm surprised so many people are up right now. It's so late. Well, maybe not that late for like Americans, but like other people. Only 8:30. Oh, okay. I'm just not used to people being at my stream when I stream this late. It's throwing me off, y'all. That's so early, true. Have you gone to sleep yet? I'm gonna assume no. I woke up in the evening. Oh. Also, I've been like getting frustrated with my dog because like he keeps pulling shit out of my trash can. You know how frustrating it is to clean up stuff twice? I always draw the head just like a little bit too big, but that's okay. Cool thing about digital art is we can change things. I had to cancel my stream today, so really brightened my day to catch you on so late. Aw. I'm sorry you had to cancel your stream, but I'm glad you're here. And also sorry that I started streaming late. But I didn't see what outfit they wanted for their commission. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna assume they want this outfit. Because that's like, I'm assuming that's the main outfit. Does it say if this is like... I'm assuming since that one's zoomed in, then that's the main outfit. But I'm gonna show them the sketch and they can like correct me, which is fine. Medi. I like how I drew them. We're just gonna try to replicate this hair. Stay with me. Alright, let me finish drawing everything else before I start drawing the hair. Let's see. Table. I need my new card already. All my subscriptions and stuff are running out. They didn't give you like the information. Like usually if you get a new card, they like you have like a digital version. Like check your online account. See if they show you like a digital version of your card. Because a lot of times they will have like a digital version that you can use in the meantime. Not always, but like it doesn't hurt to try. But Asuka, I feel like I they said your name differently. Like As Askai. I don't know how they pronounce it. I don't remember. Asukai. That's how I'm gonna say it. But you said earlier you were trying to get into digital art. Did you start off with like traditional, or are you just starting straight digital? Also, I don't know if I should like change my going live message to be like um to include the YouTube link. I probably should. Well, I'm trying to start on digital. I've already done some classic art. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Depending on how I would say comfortable you are on classic art or traditional, um, sometimes people who get into digital have a hard time because of the disconnect with a digital tablet. But digital tablets, like the little mouse trackpads, are usually cheaper. But if you get one of those and you find yourself struggling, I definitely recommend still trying it because they are cheaper. But if you find yourself struggling, you may have to upgrade to like one with a screen in the future because a lot of people who come from a traditional background find themselves struggling with digital. I struggled with digital with like having a tablet until I got one with a screen. But it's not cheap. Like the one I have is like $500. But they do make some cheaper ones that are also smaller. Oh, you already have one with the screen? Let's go. You're already ahead of the curve. Also, half of the number is censored and also no CVC. So yeah, I just gotta wait for the card. Oh no. Well, they're usually they only take like about like a week. So hopefully, hopefully it gets here in time. 2 weeks. Ooh. It might be best to just cancel your subscriptions and then just reactivate them when your card comes, just to avoid like any issues. Although usually they will just send you an email be like, oh, your card was declined, but you know. I just don't know which app to use for. Okay, my recommendation is to either use. I'm gonna type this out. I recommend Fire Alpaca or Metabang. They're both very similar and they're both free, I believe. Um, both of these apps I think are very, very like bare bones digital program. I started out on Fire Alpaca and it basically has all the basics that you need, like your brushes, your layer styles, and like that's it. And I really, really liked it because once I got comfortable with that program, um, I was able to upgrade to a nicer one and not be really confused. Cause like the really like professional programs like Clip Studio Paint, which is the one I'm using, or Krita or Photoshop. The issue with those, even though they're good, is that they're really complicated for someone who's new. So I really recommend Fire Alpaca or Metabang for someone who's just starting out, because you're gonna have everything you need to do beautiful works of art, but not be overwhelmed by like all the options and user interface and everything else. But yeah, I would start out with Fire Alpaca. And then once you master Fire Alpaca, you're gonna know what you do and don't like. If you like how it feels and you just want something a little bit more complex, some people upgrade to like Paint Tool Sai, which is only like $50. Or you're gonna want something that's more of a workhorse, like Clip Studio Paint, or something that's more standardized, like Krita or Photoshop. So once you get used to Fire Alpaca, you're gonna know what you do and don't want out of a program, and then you're gonna be able to upgrade to the one you want. There's there's a lot of free ones, but the reason I like those two is because it's very very like bare bones of. There's like a million free programs, but I've tried a lot of them, and I would say those two specifically are amazing for beginners because they don't have all of the millions of options that's gonna just confuse you. They have what you need, and it's personally I love it. So yeah. There's a lot of other programs that are really good that are free, but they're gonna be a lot different or more complicated. Like Krita is free, but it's basically like Photoshop and it's complicated. But it's good once you know how to use it. But like if you don't know how to use it, then it's just gonna like frustrate you. But yeah. You've done your drawing on auto dictate, or you have someone who helps you? I don't know what you mean by auto dictate. I've never heard that term before. Like you've done improvement. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm self-taught. I have never had any formal training or lessons or classes. I'm 100% self-taught. But kind of stuck. What are you, if you're stuck on something specific or you want help, I am totally down to help the best I can. I feel like I made this head too big. I don't feel confident with anything. Confidence just, I think confidence comes from like pushing yourself past your comfort zone. Like for example, like if I wanted to improve, I would have to draw things that I'm not comfortable with or draw in a way that I've never drawn before, and that usually forces me to like really look into the art and like where my weaknesses are. Sometimes. But if you want to ask like personal questions, you can also DM me. Like, um, I can try to give you like some direction if that's what you want. Of course, I'm never gonna like pressure anyone to like. I took a very sadistic approach to art when I first started, and I still kind of have that like sadistic nature. But I don't recommend the way I learn art for other people. It's just the way I did it. But if you guys ever want to learn how to like draw fast, you have to be like, I think with you, Shroom, you're just lacking knowledge. It's not necessarily practice, but like, well, practice executing knowledge, I would say. Because I feel like you have the skills, like, you have the skills, you're just kind of like, don't know what to do with them. I think if you had that, like, education part, like with anatomy and stuff like that, I think you would feel a lot more confident. But like you definitely have the ability to like draw and execute and all that stuff. But because I feel like you lack that little bit of like information, that is in my opinion the worst part about art, like the having to learn like the education part. Like once you like figure like it, because there's no way around it. I'm gonna be so honest. There's really no way around anatomy. Like I wish there was. There's like a lot of tips and tricks you can do, but like at the end of the day, it's like the only way to learn anatomy is to learn anatomy. This is I say this is like the worst part about art, in my opinion. Is like actually having to learn. And I'm still learning anatomy as well, which is why sometimes I still struggle drawing certain things. And like you'll see me struggle sometimes with certain things. Um all those hours of furry commission. Hey man, furries are great. I wish I was like a furry so I could like do furry. Like I wish I was into like furry art, I should say. Unfortunately, it's just not one of my passions. If it was, I would totally be drawing furry art all the time. But I will do furry commissions. So like if anyone ever wants a furry, just let me know. Okay, I need to take the hand away. Yeah, let me take away the hand. Oh yeah, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. Sure. A little different. Okay, this is like so I have to like draw her licking icing. But like I've never really drawn that. I'm surprised I haven't, but like I haven't. I should be able to draw. It's just a tongue sticking out, right? How the body and all works. Yeah. I didn't learn anything about anatomy, just that's something that passed on my mind. I wish I had some of the artwork from when I was like learning. Unfortunately, I don't. But I wish I could show you guys like my early stuff because it was it was interesting to say the least. I don't like Yeah, unfortunately, medical stuff, I don't think transfers over that well. But you know what does transfer well? Makeup. If you're good at makeup, you could like drawing is actually not that. It's like a good way to transfer over information. So if there's any makeup artists out there, if you want to learn how to draw, you probably have like a good head start. I actually learned like a lot of like when I was doing realism anime, a lot of like shading techniques from makeup. Okay, you know what the hardest part about drawing anime that's not realistic? Drawing the nose and eyes. Like how that fits together is so difficult for no reason sometimes. Because you're like, how do I want to draw the nose? Because I can draw a regular nose. Like, I can draw a real nose much easier than an anime nose, which is like kind of like crazy. I can draw a real human easier than anime. I would just say that much. You would think that anime is easier because it's simpler, but no. Trying to get them to match up, yeah. As a kid, I learned stuff from my sister because she's very good at drawing too. However, she hasn't drawn in years nowadays. She's busy with her two kids. I can't really ask her help either. Aw. My sister also draws. I got inspired to draw from her. But she draws like monsters and stuff. Like she doesn't do anime. She draws like the shit you'll find in your nightmares type shit. And I draw like cute anime girls. Although I think my sister wants to get into drawing less nightmare stuff. Which because she thinks it's not as popular, which I think is like a shame, because like I think she's super talented with that stuff. But as long as she's happy. Oh, I drew regular ears. She doesn't have regular ears. Ooh, good thing I caught that. Would have been embarrassing. Oh, I drew that on the same layer. No. That reminds me of Verge by Throne. It's called Cute Girl by Diggy Graves. Asakai, bye. Enjoy your sleep. Sorry, I got distracted. I got a little worried because I was like, I got a TikTok message. I gotta reply. I gotta reply. Let's play again sometime. Yeah, just DM me. Maybe I could like put her hand on the table because I feel like that's more interesting than like keeping it underneath the table. Check DMs. DMs. Oh, so cute. Your sister's very talented. Court freaks. Let's erase some of her head. What I'm gonna do now is make this bigger because I want her to take up a larger portion of the canvas. Living the adult life. Yeah, sometimes being adult makes it harder to draw. You know, I feel like so a lot of people talk about like drawing as a way to like relieve stress, which it absolutely can do. But I also find like at least in my family, like none of it like we're all very creative. Like my brother is a musician, my sister is an artist and a crafter, and I'm just an artist, right? And all of us, like not a single one of us can draw or like be creative when we are stressed or dealing with a lot. Like we just can't. And like I've never understood how some people can. Like I've never understood like drawing your negative emotions or like drawing or expressing your anger or your frustration or your depression. Like I could draw that after the fact, you know, but I don't I've when I'm in a good mood maybe, but I couldn't do it like when I'm in that state. And I'd never been able to do that. My sister can. My sister definitely. Well, she can sometimes, I think, but like nowadays she doesn't. But like when she was younger, she definitely could. But like I don't know. I think it's really difficult. I don't know. Huge respect for artists who can do that. Go ahead, emotions are coming. For some, it might be easier to bring them through art, and for some, it might be impossible. Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I was one of those people who could, like, express their feelings through their art. But I'm one of those people that, like, when I'm dealing with stuff, I have to, like, deal with it on my own, which, I find is what works for me. I definitely don't say it's the way I do it wouldn't be healthy for everyone, but it's healthy for me, you know. But emotions are a crazy thing. Like, everyone just, like, handles it differently. My poor dog crying his little heart out. Mind you, he's already eaten. He's already gone out. A mushroom, you. Two mushrooms, in fact. And they're holding hands. Plates. Geometric shapes are my weakness. Why are you drawing me and my non-existent mushroom parent? Silly old Simon. They didn't ask for a candle, but I feel like I should put one. I feel like they should have a little candle. I'm gonna send this to the client and hopefully they like the sketch. My cake drawing skills aren't that great, but we'll clean it up after. Oh Lord. Let me send this to them. I'm gonna go eat some meat buns. Meat buns. Okay, I wanted to line this one. Although I should finish this one, honestly, like. Which one do I want to work on? I guess this one. My leg. My leg! That pose. Isn't it cute? Although I think my legs are like too long, but it's okay. Quiet. I'm gonna make it so she's on her like tippy toes. Burr, 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 burr. Up and in before bed. Hi. How you doing, Balestra? Balestra. Balestra. Hope you're doing well. How's the going? Pretty good. Pretty good. No complaints here. Just getting some work done. Gotta get more fan art of myself. Well, I shouldn't be calling it fan art, just like that's just the word that comes into my brain when I do art of myself. Because I feel like my brain just knows what fan art is. But I've been told it's not fan art because a fan didn't draw it. But y'all know what I mean, right? Like just being like, oh, I'm doing some Jinx fan art sounds better than I'm doing like some OC art. I don't know. It just like sounds better in my head. Or I'm drawing art of myself, guys. Like, I don't know. My brain is just like, yep, fan art. But y'all know what I mean. It's not that big a deal, right? The fan art police are gonna come after me. Maybe I can do some art for you. Oh, I can't afford any commissions, unfortunately, but anyone is always free to do fan art if they are so inspired to. No free. Oh, well, I'm always happy to accept free art, but only if you want to, because I know art can take a lot of time. So I'm not saying you're trying to sell to me. I just assume that if an artist talks about their art, that they're doing commissions, because I would rather assume. Like I feel as like the receiver, it's better for me to assume you want to get paid for your artwork than it is to just assume it's gonna be free. You know what I mean? Because I don't want anyone to ever feel like I don't value their work. You know, I never want to go off the assumption like I'm entitled to art. You know, so I only say like that because like I value people's time and like I've just assumed that people charge for their work. You know. It's a hobby. Oh, an art purist. They do it just for the love of it. Mad respect. This music's so dramatic. I was just giggling. Making me blush. Okay. Look what they are. I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna sleep now. Alright. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks for stopping by. I need to fix my ankle because one ankle is thicker than the other ankle. Can't have this. Of course, anytime. Thank you, thank you. I think that looks good, maybe. Okay. I'm just gonna scooch this foot inwards slightly. I'm not sure how I feel about the nose, but I might give her an actual nose. Okay, I might need to like think about this a little bit just because I need to think about how the shorts are gonna work. Cause like it's a little awkward on this side. I could like shade stuff, but I'm a little tired. So I think I'm gonna end it here, y'all. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night.